I heard a lot about your father.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
What'd you hear?
he was a serious guy.
Oh, he was crazy.
I heard he was,
My dad was super strict. So growing up, it was me and three of my sisters. So it was four girls
living in the house.
living in the house. I
Hmm.
mean, the others grew up like some in Haiti, some in DR, stuff
Hmm.
like that. So, but in my house, it was four girls, and my dad was just like hell bent on not having us turn out like little thoughts. So he was just super strict.
How strict was he? And because I want to, usually when parents are strict, it gives the women or child more of they once they get a taste of freedom,
To go crazy.
they go crazy.
Um, not for all of us. For some of us, that was true. For like three out of four, I would say that was true. One of them, she's married now. She was like a sweet girl always. But for me and my two sisters, yeah, we did. We went a little bit crazy. Hit 18 and realized that they really couldn't tell you nothing. So I was just out at all times of night and stuff like that.
But how
But
strict was he though?
we couldn't do anything. We couldn't go nowhere. Like I have friends that the store, you know where we live, the store's
Hmm.
around the corner. We
Hmm.
couldn't even walk to the store around the corner. We couldn't go past our porch. I remember one summer we were hanging out with boys. This was the summer I was like 13. So he was like really like that's when he was on the lookout because we were all like teenagers pretty much. So that summer he was just like he locked us up in the backyard. Like we couldn't leave the backyard. He had a padlock on the backyard. We couldn't go outside unless we was in the backyard outside. He was crazy.
Did he beat y'all?
Yeah, he beat us. He did. He beat us. I was just more scared of him though. So like he
Hmm.
didn't really have to beat me that much.
Hmm.
But I don't think it was a good household to grow up in. So it's not like I'm like it was the right way to do it cuz like you said, you grow up so strict that when you do get a little taste of freedom, you don't know how to handle it, you go crazy.
But why would you say you don't think it was a good household to grow up in? That's really that's a statement. That's
Because I feel like it had a lot of psychological repercussions on us. I don't know about the rest. I can't speak for the rest of them. We haven't really had this. Well, we had some type of discussions, but we all dealt with it our own way.
hmm
And I know with me, the way that I dealt with it was just like I was just really quiet. So like when you see me, you be like, "Oh, you shy. You got a
hmm
shell. You know what I mean? You always nervous and
I
stuff."
say that. Yeah.
That's why, cause like I had to like think about it as I got older and just realize like that's why I was like that because in my house you just had to my self defense or like my self preservation was to just be like in my shell and just be like maybe
Was
if I'm invisible.
was it like mental abuse? Where it's
I
like, well, and we use the I don't want to use the word abuse
abuse,
loosely, but like,
right?
was it? I mean, because I know with Haitian parents
Mhm.
that are strict, they do give you fair warning of how they see the world and how they see society, and if you choose to go against what they believe is right, they say some things to you, and
Mhm.
they will let you know how they feel. That doesn't mean they don't love you,
Right.
but
But
the
if their
parent.
view on society is flawed, excuse me,
That's okay.
and then you grow up like scared to view it any other way, that's like that's fucked up. Is that not?
Hmm.
Because if you're totally wrong, what are you teaching me? And I would say that it was abuse. I would say that it was abuse. It was mental abuse. My dad was a mentally abusive person. And I hate to talk about him like that because he's passed, but
Hmm.
I think in growing and just being a parent and trying to be the best person I could be, I have to be honest about stuff like that.
I understand.
And he was.
Our neighbors told me that that he was a serious guy. He told me that. But they say he was nice, but he was serious. He didn't play around with you guys. And I want to know that. I wanted to know that. How does that trickle off to the neighbors seeing that? You know what I'm saying? Like Haitian
It
people,
was
my
just crazy, man. Like they gave you the nice version because I know they seen some shit and I know they heard some shit. So if that's all they told
but
you,
I guess out
then
of respect for you and your
yeah,
sisters, they're not gonna.
they not gonna say
All it says
everything.
that he was a serious guy.
I remember one time, we had a white neighbor, right? He
Hmm.
lived right next door to us, and he used to love to lie on us. And my dad was just the type of person. My mom was like the polar opposite of him. So for you to tell my mom something about us,
Hmm.
you need to have proof. Like you need to have video recordings for her to believe. Like she's
Hmm.
not going with it. My
Right.
dad, all you had to do was say one thing,
Hmm.
and our asses was getting beat. And I remember one time our white neighbor, he told my dad like we all skipped school, like a bold-faced lie. Like we all skipped school. We stayed home when they all went to work, and we had boys by the house. We were way too terrified to have any type of boys at the house ever, let alone at that age. We were like maybe like 10. Can you imagine? Your neighbor tells you your 10-year-old daughter stayed home and had boys come over.
I can't imagine that. My daughter's about to be 10. I can't imagine.
Like, how would you approach? Would you automatically believe the neighbor? Like, how would you approach that?
Well, it depends. No, I wouldn't. No, not with Princess.
My dad made us. So in Haitian culture, there's something called à genoux. So you go on your knees. Some of them take it too far. They make you kneel on like rice and stuff like that, and then your knees be fucked up.
True.
He made us kneel outside on concrete and beat us in front of this man, in front of this white guy. That's terrible. You know what I mean?
Why did he?
Because he believed him. He really believed him.
Did he ever find out the truth?
The truth was that it didn't happen. How could he ever find out the truth? You know, there was no cameras or nothing like that. So he just probably believed him till the day he died. Like,
so why did the white man do that?
I don't know.
You sure none of your sisters was home at all? You sure that
we all went to school together and we all came home together? So there would have been no way. All four of us went to the same school.
Did you dislike your father?
I hated my father.
Wow.
I hated my father. I could tell you honestly, I had many moments growing up where I would pray that my father died.
Oh, God.
I didn't know that's what we came here to talk about.
That's strong.
It's a lot. It's true. And I'm sure a lot of my sisters felt the same way. Mm-hmm. But I'm not here to like
bash him or anything.
Yeah,
I respect that.
His memory.
Was there any nice moments with him?
My dad gave me the sex talk when I was like 17. My mom never gave me the sex talk. My dad gave me the sex talk, and his sex talk was just kind of like, the one thing I did like about my dad when I hit a certain age is that he just realized that we're not his daughters. Like, we don't belong to him. We're women existing in the world, and so what he needs to do is give us tools to exist. So he used to be like, I know you might be having sex. I'm not saying that you are, but know that these boys out here are all playing games, and use a condom. I'm not saying not to have sex, but I'm just saying no matter what it is or what you do, just use a condom.
As you got older, did his behavior change?
He appreciated me more. I think he appreciated me more because I was always like top of the class in school. So it gave him something to be proud about.
So did that alleviate the anger you had towards him as you got older? Like, did it, or it's just sometimes we have triggers. So there's some things that he do remind you of what he used to do? Because some people can change as you get older. Some people can change.
I don't know if it was a change. I don't know. He didn't live long enough for me to figure it out.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe maybe if he would have lived a few more years, I'd have been like, yeah, we moved past that.
It would have balanced.
Yes, I'd have been able to really see. And then just as I get older and I hear about how he grew up, I realize like he just passed down a lot of the bullshit that was passed down to him.
I understand.
So I forgive him. You know, I'm not mad about it anymore.